Well, thank you, Becky. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. It's certainly exciting times. On behalf of Bruton Smith and Marcus Smith and the entire Speedway Motorsports team and Bristol team, thanks for joining us. And it's hard to believe this is upon us. We talk a lot here at Bristol about how the success that we have at Bristol Motor Speedway really comes from a lot of different people, not just inside the walls or the grounds of Bristol Motor Speedway, but all over this region. And that is certainly true with the Pilot Flying J Battle at Bristol. It takes a lot of people and a lot of effort from people in this region and around the world to make this successful and to showcase this area. At the leader of the pack for this event, certainly our good friends at Pilot Flying J. They're here with us today. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate all you guys are doing. Our good friends at Food City, they are always with us when we're pulling off these big events, and certainly proud to have them with us. And we also announced yesterday welcoming a new partner to the Pilot Flying J Battle at Bristol, and that's Bud Light. They're brewing up some amazing fan experiences, that's for sure. We announced yesterday that they'll be bringing Sam Hunt and John Party. In addition to those concerts for the pregame, they're also going to include two huge on-site fan attractions, the Bud Light Down South Tailgate Tour and the Budweiser Country Club. Both are great attractions, going to be great for the race fans. People are used to that when they come to Bristol Motor Speedway for our NASCAR events, and it's certainly going to have that feel. One other update I want to give you. Just recently, we shared some information about park and ride options and parking for the Pilot Flying J Battle at Bristol. And as we have finalized details for uses around property and other things, we've been able to identify some other areas. And as the demand continues to increase for bus parking and RV spaces, we've searched hard and created some new spaces that our ticket office is opening up, finalized the details on. They'll have those available today, so we'll have a few more parking spaces available, a few more camping spaces, and a few more bus parking areas. You can get those by calling the ticket office 423-Bristol or go to the website. Now, since we've announced this football game 3 years ago, top two questions that I am continually asked without fail, and I'm sure Dave Hart and Whit Babcock are asked the same thing. How are you going to transform this stadium? How are they going to do it? How are you going to take this storied racetrack into the largest football stadium in the country, in the world? And then what will it take to get the job done in just 19 short days? That still makes me sweat when I say that, 19 days. But today we're going to answer those questions. To give you a little bit of background, this game has been talked about, as you know, for 20 years plus. It was the brainchild of Bruton Smith and Jeff Bird many years ago, and it was revisited a few times throughout the years, but the stars just never would align. And about 4 years ago, our CEO, Marcus Smith, really is the one that was breathing life back into it and called me and said, we need to resurrect this idea. So, Dave, it feels like just yesterday I made that trip down to your office, and we sat down and discussed it there in early 2013. And now we're just 30 short days away where we will rewrite the history books as it relates to college football with our good friends at the University of Tennessee and Virginia Tech. But first, we've got some other business we've got to take care of. In 7 days, we'll have some action out there on the high banks with racing starting. With the Bass Pro Shops NRA Night Race Week, we continue to have that race week put on his bucket list for all race fans and motorsports fans to attend. We've just recently put on another list where it was one of the 20 events you have to attend before you die. So we're so excited to welcome fans from all over the world to that, as we do every year. And the football game is going right along with that tradition. We will have fans from all 50 states and 4 countries that we know of that will be attending the Pilot Flying J Battle at Bristol. Right at the end of the Bass Pro Shops NRA Night Race, our team will get to work. And what's it going to take, a lot of you say? What's it going to take? Well, it's going to take more than 30 vendors flowing in and out of the stadium. We'll have that in a tightly choreographed effort, comprised of heavy equipment, cranes, and hundreds of workers. Cleaning crews from Can-Do Enterprises. One of the things you're going to see as I go through these is that I think is so special is it's a lot of people from this region, a lot of our neighbors here that are all coming together to help us pull off. Can-Do Enterprises will immediately take to the track and be cleaning up with more than 200 workers. J.A. Street and Associates will clear out the Goodyear building, the lower level of the media center and the Victory Lane building, and immediately start making room for the teams and the locker rooms and meeting space. Advent, who we're working with, will create a fresh, modern look with a lot of the signage around. T&B Equipment, which specializes in event seating, will take to the front stretch and the back stretch and into the end zones to create more than 5,000 seats in the infield. Express Sign and Foster Sign will play a major role in the decor around the last great Coliseum, working with Advent. And on game day, we'll have thousands of workers on site, parking, guiding, shuttling the crowds around the grounds. 70 personnel will coordinate park and ride locations from 3 different cities, multiple third-party vendors bringing more than 240 tour buses to keep the crowd flowing. Collaboration of 19 different law enforcement agencies and contractors will help keep the crowd safe. 21 different BMS guest service locations, including 3 large guest welcome villages on the backside and the front side of the property to welcome the crowd and help them find their way around the last great Coliseum. Our partners at Levy Restaurants, who do the catering here, they give you some fun facts. They have 3 million ounces of water that they've ordered for the Pilot Flying J Battle at Bristol. 2.5 million ounces of Pepsi product. It's amazing. And then to the field. How are they going to do it? The creation of the field really requires a partnership between companies that they're going to have to be firing on all cylinders as it relates to NASCAR. Chad, our good friend Chad Baker and the folks from Baker's Construction Company are here and will be the first ones to get the product moving in. They will begin the first phase of the field build, utilizing an array of machinery and high-tech equipment to build and compact the field base to a millimeter level accuracy. AstroTurf will then arrive to begin completion and installation of the field body. 15 employees from AstroTurf will be on hand for 8 days building that field. Some other interesting facts and figures. 4,290 linear feet of seaming tape will be used with the field. 66 pounds of thread. 450 truckloads of material, including the stone base, will be brought in to raise the infield 3.5 feet. 101,200 square feet of installed turf space. This process, there's no question, is going to be quite the spectacle and a show unto itself. Now, we wouldn't be building this field or going through any of this if it weren't for our good friends at the University of Tennessee and Virginia Tech, and them coming together and partnering with us for this historic game. And today we've got 2 of the top athletic administrators in all of sports, and 2 individuals who have become great friends of ours through this process. So it's my pleasure to welcome Vice Chancellor and Director of Athletics for the University of Tennessee, Mr. Dave Hart, and Director of Athletics for Virginia Tech, Whit Babcock. Come over here. You're in the middle, right? Yep. Well, thanks for joining us here today, guys. Certainly do appreciate it. It's hard to believe it's 30 days away. We're so excited to have both you guys as part of the last great Coliseum. With the game fast approaching, tell us about the chatter and the excitement on campus. Dave, we'll start with you.
The excitement on our campus, Jerry, is at an all-time high. I mean, it really is. The job that Butch has done, leading our football program back to being very, very relevant. Mm-hmm. And it is my hope for our fans who've been so passionate, loyal, and patient that this is the year that we'll be able to reward them. And this is the most unique opportunity, if you're a player, that you could ever ask for. And Butch has used that very wisely over the last 3 seasons in recruiting. You're going to get to play in front of the biggest crowd to ever see a football game at any level. So that's enough to drive the excitement. When we had our initial 40,000 ticket allocation, as you know, they were gone in 2 days. Yeah. So it says a lot about our fan base. It says a lot about the job you've done, Jerry, and the excitement around this unbelievable opportunity.
Whit, how about up in Blacksburg?
Yeah, Dave hit it on the head. You know, we're in the same spot right now. We're full of optimism. Everybody's undefeated. But the chance to be within a month, 31 days, I believe, yeah, the chance to be a part of the biggest game in college football history, and to play a team like Tennessee, who is top 10 ranked. Yeah, that's why we do this. And our coaches would say we have one game at a time, and we better take care of Liberty. And I agree with that. But a lot of us are looking, fans and administrators, towards this one. It'll be really special.
Yeah, well, ACC and SEC both have great schools and great games that they play. But how you touched on it a little bit, Dave. How have you guys seen this play out with recruiting?
Oh, it's been a huge boon to the recruiting process, as I mentioned, because not too many people are going to get this opportunity. We've got players for Tennessee, players for Virginia Tech. This is a first, and they'll be able to talk about this for a very, very long time. I suspect, Jerry, when the game ends, there'll be 300,000 people who will claim they were here.
No doubt. I jokingly say it's the longest promoted event to have never taken place. How about you guys, Whit?
Yeah, we use it a lot. And in fact, when you come in our football facility, it's one of the first graphics or pictures that you see there is the mock-up of the stadium. And, yeah, we use it a lot, and we use it as all part of the energy of Virginia Tech football, absolutely.
Dave, you were able to come join us, you and Pam, last year. Tell us about what it's like to be here for a NASCAR race and how you think that's going to play out for the football game.
Well, that image was in my head when you made your comment about the night race, and Pam and I thoroughly enjoyed being here, and we were treated to first-class hospitality, including being in the pace car, which we had never done, and that's one of the special sporting events throughout the country and throughout all of sports.
And you were able to join us up in New York, seems like just a few days ago, but it was about 70 now, I guess, to launch the 100-day countdown. How was that?
Yeah, from a personal standpoint, it was amazing. I mean, the chance to be on Wall Street and the opening bell and spend time with D'Angelo Hall, et cetera. But from a professional standpoint in Virginia Tech, man, Bristol Motor Speedway and the Smith family only do it big. And we were on the media stage and literally in Times Square, and there was the game promo on all those big billboards, and it was just first class. And I thought to get a media bump like that in early June, it just added to the excitement. So I guess that was 100 days, and now we're in 30 and rolling downhill. So it was outstanding. Well,
we are certainly excited to have these people come from all over the world. Let me switch mics. That one's acting up. Certainly excited to have fans coming from all over the world. They are going to play an integral part into the success of the Pilot Flying J Battle at Bristol. A while back, we launched a program to help fans, get fans to help us design the trophy. What should we give the champion for the Pilot Flying J Battle at Bristol? Help us with that inspiration. And we are so excited to be able to unveil that today. I am certainly biased, but I would argue it is the coolest trophy in all of sports. It's the coolest one I've ever seen. I know I'm biased, but I got it from some other good sources too. So excited to have that today. Jody Nielsen, who is here with us today, was the lady who designed that and gave us the inspiration for the trophy. So thank you, Jody, for joining us. And now, I think if we're ready, we are going to go down into the infield, because the perfect spot for us to unveil the trophy for something the size of the Pilot Flying J Battle of Bristol, all the excitement, it's only appropriate that we take that into victory lane. And so we're going to unveil that trophy down there. But before we do, we want to share a little video with you. Maybe. Just a teaser, just a teaser. head downstairs to get to see the real thing. But a few facts and figures for this that are impressive. This masterpiece weighs in as one of the heaviest sports trophies out there at approximately 88 pounds. It's only appropriate. It's the biggest game ever. We got to have a big, heavy trophy. Stands at just over 2 feet tall and is almost as wide as it is tall. And it took an estimated 300 hours to manufacture this trophy. So, again, I'm biased, but it certainly is impressive. So at this time, what we'll do is ask you, we're going to have shuttles parked outside if you want to hop on one of the trams and ride down with us, or if you have a car, we're going to pull down to the infield and unveil this trophy.